Hello. Oh, Jesus. You had a couple of Scottish acts on earlier on, didn't you? So that's how I've been in Glasgow recently, and that's when my voice is a little bit croaky. Because when in Rome, do as the Romans do. When in Glasgow, do as the Glaswegians do. So I was like, sucking off tramps for heroin. So it's my voice is a little bit croaky. Yeah, you know. I feel sorry for you because you found out you had another child today, didn't you? One of you, Chris, was like, actually, Dad, it's great to see you again. How you doing? Why did you leave, Mum? What's your name, fella? What's your name? not your surname. I'm not going to have a paternity test. What's your name, fella? What's your name? Shall I give you one? Do you want me to? Dave. Shall we call you Dave? Will, fantastic. Will, because the people have picked on you, right? No, it's a nice thing that you get to pick what I talk about, right? We're going to keep it light-hearted for the last bit. So, Will, what do you want me to talk about? Racism or cancer? Pick one. That's so harsh, isn't it? Right, you can have racism, cancer, or dick jokes. What do you want? Racism. Well, in the back, we were always saying that you want dick. So, it's... Surprise! You know what? You can have all three. I'll give you some racism, then I'll give you cancer, then at the end of the night I'll give you dick. Thanks, Dad. so wait for dick. Give me 9 minutes. I've got 9 minutes to fill, and then I'll give you dick. Okay. Is there a car park near here? You're not my dad, are you? I'm just checking. No, I'm going to do some stuff about dads because, like, you've got kids? That's your kid. How old are you? I thought you were like 30 odd. Jesus Christ, when did you have her? I don't mean like had her. I mean like, wow, you lot are just weird. You lot are weird. No, so how old are you? 25. So you're like, what are you, 15 when you had her? I'm trying to be nice. See you there, Will. Is she lovely? Is she lovely? We're not friends no more. Thanks, Dad. Sister, that's my sister. So is it just the one? Or have you got an older sister? So you've got two girls. I've got one of each. I've got an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old. I've got one of each, one black, one white. And it's... I'm not even joking on that. But it's been great because did you enjoy Father's Day? Did you? Yeah, it's fucking hard. I'll tell you a little story. Fucking, I'm not even supposed to be on tonight. I was in the back getting pissed, and they went, "Jay, we're missing somebody." So I'm just going to spout some shit that I hate about my kids. I'm just not that I hate my kids. It's just like I've got a 4-year-old and I've got a lad. The second one was a lad, right? If your second kid was a lad, absolute twat, right? I've got to say, have a girl first, right, and then don't have any more, right? Unless it's another girl, right? Because my 4-year-old lad, he's called Zeke, right? And he just fucking wants to test me, right? He pissed himself, right, recently. Right? I had to take all his clothes off and everything. I'm like, going, you little shit, right? Putting his stuff as I say, go out into the back garden and just fucking play around, mate, right? Put all his clothes into the washing machine. And as he's doing that, I just heard silence. I went, that's not good. So I went out into the backyard and I went, are you having a shit? Right? He was 3 when this happened. He looked me right in the fucking eyes, right? He just went, no! Right? And I was like, I can see you shitting! The bastards, aren't they? That's what you did when you... Anyway, right? So I love being a parent. I love my dad as well. I love my mum and my dad because that's where I've learned how to become a parent, and that's what I've inherited stuff from them. I've also learned stuff from my dad as well. My dad came from Barbados. My dad's from Barbados. Came over in the late 60s. My dad was a boxer. My mum was an Alsatian. Poof! There we go. Fucking joke. I'm here all week. Hey, try the veal. I love doing this voice. It's a kind of voice that hates this face. Well, like my dad, I've inherited loads of stuff from my parents, right? So I've learned a lot from them, but I've inherited stuff. On my mum's side, the white side of the family, right, I've got these cheeky cheeks, they're called chipmunk cheeks, right? Chipmunk cheeks. Can you see that? Right? And I said to my mum, is it called chipmunk cheeks because we look like chipmunks? She went, no, it's because it's where I stole your dad's nuts. Oh! There's some things you don't want to know about your parents, right? And then obviously on my dad's side, I inherited his tendency to exaggerate. Well, I do love my dad. He was actually a boxer. And he was a wrestler as well. You might remember this. Remember World of Sport, Big Daddy, Giant Haystacks, that kind of stuff. My dad was a wrestler in that era, right? And he's a West Indian bloke, and he doesn't know how to deal with his emotions. So he was trying to teach me about racism and stuff like that. But he couldn't tell me. So what he did was he wrestled me, right, to try and make me a man. So what he would do is get me into these like wrestling maneuvers. So he put me in a full Nelson. He'd see how long I could last before I tapped out, right? And I'd be like, submit. And that wasn't enough for my dad. What he would then do, he would tickle me until I pissed myself. It was just a horrible graduation. And it's... but I love him. He is a bit of a prick, right? And have you heard of it? But I still love him. And recently there was a whole thing about the Windrush generation, that people are being deported from this country, and it's really horrible. My dad's from Barbados, and I rang up the Home Office and I went, my dad's, he's not got a passport. I've never seen his birth certificate. I was like on the phone for him for ages. They still wouldn't take him back. Tried as hard as I could. But now I'm in a family of my own. I've been with my missus for 16 years, Lisa. It's a mixed relationship. She's white, and we've been together 16. Anybody beat 16 years? We're not married, but we celebrate each one like it is a wedding. So like 1 is paper, so you're supposed to give them sort of like gifts. So like 1's paper, 2 is leather, 7 was animosity. Just stared at her. Can anybody beat 16 years? Said with so much enthusiasm there. Yes, I can. How long have you been together? 16 years? That's not beating 16. That's the equal of 16. Nearly 17. I'll give you that. Fuck it. Let's say 17. Have you got any tips for any of the younger people, any younger generation who might be in the throes of love still? Don't bother. Don't bother. Oh, beautiful. Round of applause there. Round of applause. Where were you 16 years ago when I got it together with Lisa, you bastard? Fucking... Well, they always have like little sayings and stuff like that for trying to keep together with your relationship. Right? They always say stuff like, never go to bed in an argument, don't they? Never go to bed in an argument, which is bullshit. Pardon? Hit and run heckle there. Good on you. From the Wirral. It's first night out. No, they say stuff like, never go to bed in an argument, which is bullshit. Always go to bed in an argument, right? Because if they die during the night, you've won that argument. Oh my God, she's dead! 1-0 in your face, you bitch. Right, so... Well, Lisa gets her own back on me, though. Lisa gets her own back on me because she started to call me all these names, right? And I was like, oh, she basically what it is, I used to have a massive afro, all right? I had a massive afro, I had a big beard, used to wear a big duffel coat, and one day she just turned and looked at me and she went, "Oi, Blackgrid," right? Black Hagrid, right? That was the... Yeah, that started off nasty, didn't it? But then it carried on, right? And she was like going... she knows I like my music, so she said, I used to have dreadlocks as well. And she went, "Oi, Blob Marley," right? Nothing racist. She just basically thought I was fat. Blob Marley, there was 2 packed lunches. Bigger smalls. She was very clever with them as well. She called me Iceberg once. I went, "Iceberg? Is that something to do with the Titanic?" She went, "No, you're just a fat ice cube." Wow. Whoa. What's a cow? I do love my mum. My mum. I'm from Oldham. Oh God, does anybody know Oldham? Anybody from here? Yeah, it's not as posh as Liverpool. Liverpool is the kind of place where people get out of the bath for a piss. I'm from Oldham. We toss a coin for a poo. We've all been there. Hanging your ass out the bath. Anyway, so... Oh, no. It's like you can see inside my mind, Che. It's great to have a seal on the front row. Such a good laugh. I'm just waiting for you to subside. It's amazing. This is like having sex with asthmatic. Don't lean forward. I'm aroused now. I'm sorry, she's getting it now. I've switched from you. No, anyway. I love that. That's amazing. You're not going to die, are you? Anyway, right. So, Right? So I'm all right with these names that my missus has been called me. She's been calling this, but there was one that really upset me. There was one name that really, really upset me, right? And I cried on this one, right? This is for you again. I'm sorry, I don't want to set you off. It's just like you're like an alarm. There's a carbon monoxide in here. Just carry on, Jay. It's like we're having sex. It's just you carry on. I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't want to do this next bit because you're just gonna. I'm gonna. Why? Thank you. Definitely having sex. It's like fully clothed. Right. So what I want you to do. I don't want to do this now. Right. I want you to imagine. Right. I'm quite hairy all over. Right. Yeah. It's like, I don't know if you can see on my back. You see, I've got hair on my back. It's like I've got an Ewok for a backpack, right? It's just so I'm quite hairy all over, and so imagine that, but with Speedos on, right? Jesus Christ, what have I done? I'm so sorry. Can you look after her, right? I've set you off now. Shit, right? So imagine me all hairy and with Speedos, right? Me and Lisa went to the baths, right? And I'm there hairy all over, Speedos, row. So I'm just about to. I'm going to have to get closer. I'm just about to dive into the pool, right? And Lisa, from something like that, just about to dive in. From the other side of the pool, Lisa just looks over and just goes, "Oi, chew blacker!" No. And I went home. I went home that night and I cried myself to sleep. I thank you so much. Keep supporting Hot Water. This is a great comedy. You are lovely. Will, I love you. Dad, come back to Mum. I'll see you all later. Good night.